1 minute to interpret on-chain data and keep you updated on global crypto dynamics in 24 hours. CPI slows down, opening the door for rate cuts. Bitcoin rises by 4,000 points. A BlackRock executive is appointed as the new head of Vanguard Group. Will their anti-crypto stance be changed? Moving to the US to double down on the stablecoin market, challenging Tether's dominance. MicroStrategy enters the global spotlight. Is the Bitcoin era coming? Can OpenAI's ChatGPT 4.0 offer innovation? Google's Gemini aims to make a comeback. Thursday, May 16th, so here is the Bitcoin TV channel. How is the crypto industry today? I'm Zhu. Let's first look at the 24-hour crypto headlines sponsored by DeepCoin. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics released the data last night showing that the U.S. CPI in April rose 3.4% year-on-year, meeting market expectations and marking the first slowdown since January this year. The core CPI, excluding food and energy costs, grew 3.6% year-on-year, the smallest increase since April 2021, reigniting hopes for a Fed rate cut. US stocks and Bitcoin surged simultaneously. Bitcoin soared directly from 62,000 to 66,000, up 4,000 points, an increase about 6.5%. This also accelerated market expectations for a Fed rate cut. If there are more than 2 rate cuts in 2024, a new round of financial market recovery is expected by the end of 2024. However, there is still substantial uncertainty, and the market's probability of a rate cut is not as optimistic as imagined. Over the past 2 months, as Bitcoin has continued to fluctuate and decline with Grayscale's GBTC selling pressure remaining constant, the main buying source has come from new spot ETFs, institutional investors, and some new entrants. At a time point when on-chain transactions activity declined significantly, the number of non-zero balance Bitcoin addresses notably increased, indicating that the market has been continuously changing hands and accumulating coins. At $60,000 Bitcoin is still at a relatively low level compared to expectation of 150,000 to 200,000 in the future. Therefore, for long-term investors, dollar cost averaging accumulating during dips has always been a stable and reliable strategy. However, the rate cut turbulence may lead to market volatility and declines, and the period from late 2024 to early 2025 is a time for a new bull market to emerge. If you don't know how to participate in the market during a bear and a monkey market, then hoarding spot coins accumulating during dips or periodic dollar cost averaging are the only ways to obtain future gains. Apart from the significant surge yesterday, the daily average spot trading volume on exchanges this week has remained roughly on par with last week at around $6 billion, compared to a daily trading volume of 15 billion when Bitcoin was at 70,000. The current volume has shrunk by nearly 3 times. Meanwhile, the daily average futures trading volume this week reached over 40 billion and peaked at 60 billion yesterday, driven by the favorable CPI data. Currently, the sluggish spot trading volume reflects the market's low sentiment and risk aversion, with a low trading enthusiasm and turnover rate. At the same time, Bitcoin's significant rise is due to the tug-of-war between longs and shorts in the futures market. As for CPI data, the short-term positive news has not brought about a breakthrough trend. It is necessary to be cautious of a possible pullback after the sharp rise in the short term. Since March of last year, US regulators have cracked down heavily on cryptocurrencies, taking a series of strict regulatory measures. US regulators have begun to directly go after crypto celebrities and exchanges, with the Tron founder Justin Sun and former Binance CEO CZ Zhao both facing lawsuits. Subsequently, the US-based cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase received a Wells notice from the US SEC, being notified that it had violated investor protection laws, and a number of crypto firms have been fined hundreds of billions and even billions of dollars. At one point, institutions were leaving or relocating en masse, as the US regulatory Buddha was too formidable to provoke, but some companies wanted to become the dominant force in this chaotic world, so they decided to relocate their company directly to the US.
Recently, the second largest stablecoin issuer Circle has officially announced plans to relocate its legal base from the Republic of Ireland to the United States, although the specific reasons for the move have not been publicly disclosed. This decision aligns with Circle's recent efforts to advance its listing plans. In January of this year, Circle confidentially submitted an application for an initial public offering IPO through a concise press release showcasing its ambitions in the cryptocurrency field. From a legal standpoint, despite the higher corporate tax rate in the United States compared to Ireland, this shift still holds its rationale. With the gradual implementation of global tax reforms promoted by the OECD, Ireland's corporate tax incentives are being reduced.
Worked really, really closely on a bipartisan bill for stablecoins that would basically create this pathway for a kind of federally registered firm. So you're not dealing with the patchwork of all these states, and you're up leveling and sort of a race to the top set of standards, and give firms like Circle the ability to have the safest foundation in terms of the backing and payment system access.
Circle's initial public offering plan not only can inject new momentum into the own development, but may also positively impact USDC's competitive position in the stablecoin market. So is it possible for Circle's move to allow USDC to surpass USDT? Over the past year, US regulation of cryptocurrencies has intensified, with multiple exchanges and crypto celebrities being investigated and sued. However, Circle has chosen to go against the wind at the cutting edge by relocating its headquarters to the US, which undoubtedly shows great confidence in its business model and compliance. Although this move may bring higher compliance costs and stricter regulatory scrutiny, Circle seems to have been prepared. In preparation for its public listing, Circle must strictly comply with securities laws and undergo strict SEC regulation. Although Coinbase successfully went public in April 2021, the regulatory struggle in the cryptocurrency field is still ongoing, as evidenced by the legal disputes between Coinbase and the SEC. Founded in 1975, Vanguard Group is one of the largest fund management companies in the US, with assets under management totaling $8.1 trillion, second only to BlackRock. However, after BlackRock, Grayscale, Fidelity, and 11 other Bitcoin spot ETFs were approved for listing by the US SEC, Vanguard Group announced that it would not provide trading services for Bitcoin spot ETFs to its clients, nor would it accept clients' purchases of cryptocurrency products, including Bitcoin futures ETFs, immediately triggering a backlash from the community.
We'll put it out there. Now, like crypto funds and all, it's easy to talk about them now, but we were talking about them before. People would ask for them and say, look, we don't offer them because they don't actually have that, they didn't pass the test of intrinsic value, that they don't have cash flows to them.
Yeah.
Vanguard Group's former CEO Tim Buckley announced his retirement at the end of this year back in March, and now his successor has finally been revealed. Vanguard Group recently announced the appointment of former BlackRock executive Salim Ramji as the new CEO, who will officially assume office on July 8th. Through a statement, Salim Ramji expressed his intention to collaborate with Vanguard Group's leadership to steer the company towards the future. Meanwhile, Bloomberg senior ETF analyst Eric Balchunas pointed out that this is the first time Vanguard Group has hired an outsider as CEO. Salim Ramji was previously responsible for the registration and logistical work of BlackRock's Bitcoin spot ETF IBIT.
Salim Ramji was a key driver behind BlackRock's Bitcoin spot ETF listing, which inevitably raises speculation as to whether Vanguard will change its previous anti-crypto stance and embrace this new investment realm. In interviews with the media, he has expressed positive views on cryptocurrencies, believing that their underlying technology has immense potential and value. This background gives people reason to believe that he may lead Vanguard to re-examine and accept the cryptocurrency investment field. Of course, some analysts have also pointed out that although Salim Ramji's arrival brings new perspectives and possibilities to Vanguard, it remains unknown whether the company will change its anti-crypto stance. MSCI stands for Morgan Stanley Capital International, the world's first index company, now renamed MSCI Inc. The MSCI indices are not only an important gauge for global investors to measure the performance of various countries' stock markets, but also serve as benchmarks for many index funds and derivative financial products. As a global securities index publisher, MSCI conducts a semi-annual review of global stock markets to ensure that its indices reflect changes in the overall stock market. In the latest semi-annual adjustment announced by MSCI, the MSCI ACWI index will add 42 securities and remove 121 securities, with these changes taking effect on May 31st. In the list of newly added securities, we see the presence of Bitcoin Whale and a US-listed company, MicroStrategy.
Among the newly added companies to MSCI's Global Standard Index, the three largest by market capitalization include data storage company Pure Storage, electromechanical construction company Vanguard Group, and the Bitcoin whale holding company MicroStrategy. With Bitcoin breaking its all-time high this year, MicroStrategy's stock price has risen by over 89% year to date, surpassing Bitcoin's gain of 47% over the same period. As MicroStrategy is included in the Global Standard Index, MicroStrategy's founder and CEO Michael Saylor tweeted that there are thousands of retirement funds in the United States managing around $27 trillion in assets, all of which need some Bitcoin.
Bitcoin is the technically superior asset, it is the economically superior asset, and it is the ethically superior asset, and believe it or not, the vast majority of the disinterested population around the world will eventually, given enough time and information, realize that.
MicroStrategy's inclusion is not accidental. As Bitcoin's price continues to soar, MicroStrategy has successfully attracted global investor attention with its bold Bitcoin investment strategy. Michael Saylor has publicly stated multiple times that Bitcoin will become an important component of the future monetary system. This decision by MSCI undoubtedly adds an authoritative endorsement to MicroStrategy's leading position in the digital currency investment realm, and also signals that digital currency investment is gradually becoming accepted and recognized by the mainstream financial market. This MSCI adjustment is very significant because the underlying value of the MSCI ACWI index exceeds 40 trillion and is highly favored by institutional investors. The deeper meaning is for you to understand. Voice activation, real-time conversation, understanding human emotions, translating languages, tutoring children's homework, seeing the world for the blind, and it's even free. As tech giants compete to refresh their AI products into the heroes of science fiction movies, intelligent voice assistants telling us all this is no longer unfamiliar. Since ChatGPT was born, Google, the inventor of the transformer and the founding father of AI, has been unable to hold its head up after being beaten by OpenAI. Later, tech madman Musk's XAI joined the AI battlefield with his chatbot Grok, making ChatGPT the public enemy of the AI world. Yesterday, AI.io 2024 developer conference arrived as scheduled, and this year's core focus was undoubtedly on the latest artificial intelligence technologies and product updates.
In a captivating 2-hour presentation, Google mentioned AI technology a whopping 121 times. Faced with yesterday's challenge from OpenAI GPT-4o, Google directly unveiled its trump card, Project Astra, with visual recognition and voice interaction effects rivaling those of GPT-4o. Following that, Google showcased its Wenxing video model VO against Sora, with stunning effects lasting over 1 minute, breaking the Sora record. Gemini AI undoubtedly stole the show at this conference. Not only can it assist users in searching, summarizing, and drafting emails in Gmail, but it can also handle complex e-commerce return processes.
Knowledge across formats is why we built Gemini to be multimodal from the ground up. It's one model with all the modalities built in. So not only does it understand each type of input, it finds connections between them. Multimodality radically expands the questions we can ask and the answers we will get back.
Google I/O 2024 was not only a technology feast but also an exploration of future lifestyles, from Firebase, GenKit to Gemini AI, from education to security. Google is using AI technology to change our lives. In the future, we may see more innovative products and services driven by AI technology, making our lives more convenient, efficient, and interesting. Imagine that in a not-too-distant future, we may be able to have in-depth conversations with Gemini through our smartphones, solving various problems in our lives. Isn't this what we wrote about in our elementary school essays 20 years from today?
According to Cointelegraph, lawyers representing former FTX executive Ryan Salome have requested leniency from the court, asking for a sentence of not more than 18 months in prison. Backit has reported its performance for the first quarter of 2024, with total revenue reaching $854.6 million, including cryptocurrency revenue. Customer cryptocurrency trading activity has been robust, with nominal trading volume increasing by 324% compared to the previous period. According to Hodl 15 Capital Monitoring, Jack Dorsey's block holds 8,100 bitcoins on its balance sheet.
At the close of Wednesday's trading session, the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose by 399.08 points, or 0.88% to 39,908. The S&P 500 index rose by 53.8 points, or 1.17% to 5,308.15. And the Nasdaq Composite Index rose by 167.42 points, or 1.4% to 16,742.39. All three major indexes reached record high.
MasterCard and Standard Chartered Bank have initiated a concept validation pilot to explore tokenized deposits and tokenized carbon credit limits.
Alright, that's the main content of today's program. If you think our channel is valuable, welcome to share, follow. You can also become our member. Click the upper right corner to see our membership benefits. Our channel focuses on curating valuable news in the crypto, blockchain, and mining industry from Monday to Fridays, news and information, and Saturday to Sunday, we feature in-depth special reports. You can get our wealth codes from Monday to Friday, as well as articles from our special authors. So let's slowly become rich together. See you tomorrow.